YouTube, what's up? Aaron here, Random Reviews. Giving you guys a quick review of my recently acquired Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. You guys probably laugh and say, recently acquired? This phone's been out over a year. Well, if you looked at I had a video a couple months ago featuring my LG V10 I purchased, which I'm actually recording on now. You know, most phones nowadays, they have very similar specs. There's slight differences with the phones, but for the most part, we're in an age where you can get a really good phone at a really good price, and everybody's budget is a little different. My budget is not in the $5 to $9, $1,000 range to buy a phone. I mean, the high end of my budget will be maybe around $350, but I try to stay in the $100 to $300 or so range for a phone. And I recently acquired this S7 Edge. And again, I had a video on this V10 that I'm shooting from now called Blast from the Past. If you guys want to go check it out, I'll give you some details on that phone. But I'm at the point where I am looking for phones that's a year or more older that were flagship phones when they came out. Typically, like a brand new car, you buy it within the first couple years, it depreciates to probably half of what it was when you purchased it. Phones are no different to me. So I think I picked this up for around $350. I want to say around $350 on eBay. You can get a really good, if you don't mind, a used phone. I don't care about the phone being new or used, as long as it works and as long as it's in excellent condition. A newer one probably would cost you more, around the $400 or $500 mark, but a used one, I've seen them as low as $250 to $300, depending on the condition. But great phone. The reason I am opting for these phones, and I really like this phone, it just recently got updated to Android N, the most recent version of Nougat. And let me just show you guys here about the device. Let's go to Android 7.0. You see down here. Click on, or keep clicking, you'll see the N. So all the new phones now are coming out with Nougat installed. So with this being updated to Nougat, it's almost like you got a brand new phone for half of the price. The difference between this and the S8, S8 Plus is obviously the S8 and S8 Plus have bigger screens. They push the Infinity Edge display, but this essentially is the same thing. You see the curves as the edge-to-edge display is not as long or tall, but everything's pretty much the same. I'm not going to go into all the specs, but this has a 5.5-inch screen. The camera on here is pretty much the same as what you'll find in the S8 and S8 Plus. 12 megapixel, it's quick to zoom, I'm sorry, autofocus. Let me turn the selfie off. There we go, autofocus, everything's great, snappy pictures. I'm trying to do it behind this screen here, so, but everything's great on this phone. Processor's great, speakers are pretty good, it is water resistant, so you can put it in the water. As a matter of fact, I had my kids jump in the pool, and I would take it and shoot them above the water and dip it underwater for a second or two and take it up and not show them the video. They loved it. I mean, I wouldn't leave it underwater. And I did that a couple times. It did muffle my speaker for about half a day or so, and then once it dried out, everything's back to normal, so it didn't do any permanent damage. But I wouldn't leave it underwater for a long time. But this is, I believe, it's IP67 rated, or is water resistant, not waterproof. So you can spill a little water on it, won't damage the phone. But again, camera's great, processor is great, screen is great. The Super AMOLED on the Samsung phones are just amazing. I changed the theme a little bit on it, but again, you get a Nougat that just updated to this phone. You got a brand new phone, and you can get it again for $300 or so, $250, maybe even up to $400, depending on how much you want to spend. But if you want to wait a little longer, you can get it a little cheaper. Guys, got some nicks on the back of my case here, but phone's in pretty good condition. I bought it used. It did have a, if I can get the thing to focus, you see a little scratch on the fingerprint, and home button here. But with the, let me get my phone to focus. There we go. But it doesn't affect functionality, guys. But everything on here is great. You get a brand new phone, essentially, a great phone, fraction of the cost. That's where I'm going. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Again, you can look at my LG V10 video I posted a couple months back with that phone, Blast from the Past, With that, here's another blast from the past. Again, my criteria: phone has to be over a year old, at least half the price of what it was initially. Great thing about buying older phones is you see the cases back here. The cases are, actually this is a V10 case. I don't know why I got this here. My Poetic case is on the back here. But you get these cases. I just ordered OtterBox, one of the, not the thick one, not the Defender, but either Symmetry or Commuter, brand new for $5. You know, most of these cases were anywhere from $3 to $5. I think I paid like $9 for this case with the holster, and it has the front clip, but I'll do a case review later. This is a wallet case I'm gonna take out. This is a Rinky case. It's turning a little yellow, but you know, it still works, great grip. But anyway, Aaron here, Random Reviews. Any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be sure to answer. But you can't go wrong, guys. Look up the specs on this phone. It's flagship. It competes with any phone on the market now. Still fast and zippy. Camera is great. Speakers are great. Everything's great. You get pretty much a brand new phone, updated software at a fraction of the price. So you can't go wrong, guys. Aaron here, Random Reviews, and I am out.